Trademark scams. How do you identify what a trademark scam is? Hi, everybody. My name is Derek Fahey. I'm a registered patent attorney and a trademark attorney with a Plus IP firm. And this is going to be a brief video on how to identify if the letter you received from a third party is a potential scam. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so that how I can show you some things here. Here we go. Okay, so this is an actual letter that one of my clients received. I actually took out the name of the brand, etc., and highlighted a few points. And this was received from a third party, and the third party actually said that he was an attorney with a law firm. And I looked at the letter and I saw that it was bogus, and I wanted to point out a few reasons why that I could tell it was bogus pretty quickly. Okay, or at least from a really shady attorney. So first off, as you can see here, if it's from an attorney, you should be able to find that attorney's information. But if you're getting a letter from an attorney saying that you have fees, that you have to pay fees, you should be really cautious about that, okay, if it's not your own attorney. But the first thing that I actually thought was really, really fishy was that it said failure to take action to register the brand name today will prompt us to proceed with the other applicant tomorrow. How crazy is that? This attorney, who is not supposed to be contacting you, if they're attorney, they have rules for attorneys that say that they can't contact you directly if they're not your client. They have to, there's a rules against that. That attorney saying, if you don't pay me today, you don't move forward today, I'll hire somebody, I'll work with somebody else tomorrow. Well, first off, in business, generally speaking, if someone tells you, hey, if you don't act today, we're going to go forward with somebody else and create some fear or scarcity, that's a sales tactic. And it's really fishy that they say that if you don't hire us today, we're going to go with a competitor tomorrow. How weird is that? That's the first hint. The second thing that I also thought was really strange was that again, the fact that they are actually contacting you, but at the same time, they're telling you they're going to go with somebody else if you don't hire them. The attorneys can't do that. What they actually would say, first off, the attorney can't contact you without making it really clear it's an advertisement. So that's another thing that's an issue, is they should not be contacting you unless it's really clear that's an advertisement, and it's clearly this is not marked like an advertisement. But isn't it weird that if you don't hire him today, he will work with a competitor? That's a total conflict of interest. So not only is he telling you to hire him today, but he's basically saying, I'm going to commit a conflict of interest if you don't hire me today. That's the second thing that I thought was really strange, was he said that hey, if you don't hire me today, I'll work with your competitor tomorrow. Again, and here is another part that I thought was really strange. It says, considering your substantial history of this brand, we may decide against proceeding with the other party, particularly if they're our startup company. Well, it doesn't, I don't even understand what that means. Another issue that I thought with this is if this is actually a startup company that they're going to be working with, technically you actually have trademark rights because you have been using the name before. So you would not be infringing. All right. So it says here, why are we contacting you? It says, our company policy dictates a comprehensive search of the brand name across search engines and social media platforms before commencing a trademark registration with the USPTO. We extend a 48 to 72 hour window to the current brand name user for a response and approval. Should there be no response within this time frame, we will proceed with the interested party for the name registration. Again, they're putting this really short time limit for you to respond by. It seems super fishy. Again, like, hey, why are they only giving me 48 hours to make this decision, right? Seems so odd. And then they go on to cite some numbers that says the cost links with trademark infringement losses generally range from 120 to 750,000 on average, depending on the case's complexity. Okay, well, lawsuits can be costly, but they're really just giving you these numbers to scare you. So again, you should have your spidey senses should be, going berserk right now, because you should be understanding like, hey, this seems really fishy. Okay, so just in recap, if you get a letter from somebody else that is not an attorney, be very, very cautious. If they're giving you time limits, but within which you have to act by, be very cautious. Talk to an attorney colleague, a friend or a colleague, or contact me to help you kind of decide what to do. You may actually want to take some action, but you just don't want to go with somebody who basically is saying that if you don't hire me, I'm gonna work with your competitor tomorrow. That's a conflict of interest, and that's technically against pretty much every single bar rule there is out there. It's like a big no-no. Another big no-no that, again, I pointed out multiple times is they're contacting you and not making it really clear that it's an advertisement. That's another big no-no. Typically, when you're having an advertisement or someone's contacting you directly, it must be really clear, very clear, that they're contacting you because as in an advertisement. There's a whole, there's a bunch of different bar rules on that. So just be cautious. Another thing that I actually looked into was the fact that the attorney that sent the letter, when you go to their website, they said guaranteed 100% success rate. And that's really difficult to promise. And you don't actually, you don't typically see that on law firms. Also, when you actually go to the law firm's website that they say they're working with, there's no lawyers on there. You can't actually see the human being that they're going to be working with. If you Google the person in the email to find who that person is, that I actually did this, I actually Googled the person. They're not, couldn't find an attorney by that name whatsoever. So I just found that really awkward. So do some research, look at LinkedIn, ask one of your attorney friends to help you with that. And don't get fooled by these scammers, okay? Don't fall prey to them. Use the money and invest it in your business. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and like it, and share with your friends. That's how we grow. I really appreciate that. My name is Derek Fahey with the Plus IP firm. You can find me at derek@plusfirm.com. You can find us on our website at www.plusfirm.com. Instagram handle, Derek Fahey PA. Looking forward to connecting soon. Best of luck, and don't get scammed.